I was having sex with six different women from the age of 19 all the way up until 48. I love to have sex. I really do love to have sex. If I don't have sex in one day, I'm angry and I'm upset. I try to have sex every day. I don't have a main chick. So
They need to lock his ass up, man, before. You know where I'm going with this, right? Unc don't give a fuck. He jump on a fucking turtle, man, if he couldn't find no woman, I feel like, just to get a nut off.
I just have women that I sleep around with. Every woman that I had in my life, I cheated. I never had that desire to be in a committed relationship. I'm good with multiple women. She would never give me the cat. So yesterday night, she texted me and she said, "Would you just be my lover, Paul?" And I said, "Yes." I was waiting on that. I'm going to clap the cheeks. I'm going to satisfy her. She's going to get pleasure, and we both go our way. I was cheating the whole time, man. That was a time, man. I would, because I was working second shift, and sometimes I would work third shift. It all depends. And man, there was times, man, where I would.
What's your body count ballpark? If you know the real number. Yeah.
Ballpark probably around 1,800. It would surprise me or more.
1,800.
Unc got a diary and shit. Every time he knocked down some cheeks, he just pull out right away while he butt naked. The last one was 1,700. 17 multiplied by 1,800.
100?
Yeah. As a man, there's one rule that I have. I do not mess around with married women. And I could not understand why this woman would call me and she was married. And
you don't mess around with married women, but you would cheat on your partner. Isn't that almost the same thing?
10 years ago, she finally told the truth of what had happened, that I had impregnated her before she went to college. And she had to get rid of the baby because her parents did not want to deal with.
Bruh, Unc out here raw dogging everybody, eh? Unc don't give a fuck. Like I said, he jumped on a turtle, man. I'm convinced now. Raw dog the turtle too.
A black baby. In my rotation right now, I have 11. I had some guys that called me and told me that leave my girlfriend alone. And I had to tell them, that's not your girlfriend, that's our girlfriend. A lot of time when women cheat, and I notice this, is because their significant loved one. I want men to pay attention to this. You cannot neglect your woman. You cannot ignore them. When they want to talk to them. I screwed her all around the dentist office. Man, I was just tearing her or ripping her or picking her up, carrying her around. And man, and after we got through, she said, we can take a shower. So I was like, this place got a shower? She's like, yeah. There's a lot of freaky women out here in the world. And maybe I get my freaky side from my daddy and my mother. She calls me. And it's like 11 o'clock at night. And she was like, "What you doing?" I said, "Nothing. I'm just getting ready to go to bed." And so she had said, "I got a question to ask you." And I said, "What's that?" She said, "Well, my friend want to know if you want to have a threesome."
Unc jump out the bed right away like, shit, I'm on my way right now. Where you guys at? Unc pulled up in flip-flops.
Objective is to grab, smash, and ride. No commitment. I just love women. My brother, if you line them up, I would knock them down. Every woman that I had in my life, I cheated. I never had that desire to
Not cheat.
marry and also to be faithful to anyone. In 2019, when I was living in this apartment complex, I was single, kids were adults, and in this apartment complex, I was, I should say, I was Dr. Feelgood at that particular time because I was having sex with six different women from the age of 19 all the way up until 48. And they knew who I was. They knew that I was straightforward. I was honest with them. And I did not want any relationship because I had told them up front, this is what we are going to have. So some of them women I had to train. And I am happy that
like a dog.
They came into my life, and we still talk from time to time because they just like to talk to me, and we still, just communicate. Sometimes go out and just enjoy life, but nothing serious whatsoever.
All right. So your parents were married, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So you grew up in a family, in a nuclear family, I would say,
Yes,
and
yes, I
you've
did.
seen both parents being together, raising like 21 kids, which is amazing. I don't know how they did it, but kudos to them though. But how come you never had that desire to marry? Like,
Well,
what's the reason though? I didn't get the reason why you don't want to get married.
well, I always knew that when I was like 10, 11 years old, I never wanted to get married. I never had that desire to get married. I never had that desire to be in a committed relationship. I'm good with multiple women. So I hope you
I'm sure you are.
understand. I just like the thrill of having multiple women. And I know a lot of women might watch this interview, but it might get upset. But this is who I am. I am Paul Lamar Hunter. I'm not going to be faithful to you. I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to be honest. I just love women. My brother, if you line them up, I would knock them down. So I
Like dominoes.
ways.
Like,
And I tell young men today, live your life. You know, even when it comes to single mothers, I tell young men and old men, your objective is to grab, smash, and ride. No
Man, Uncle out here trying to catch a charge, man. Relax, man. Shit, how much Budweiser you drinking, man, a day?
commitment.
all right, with that mindset, don't you think if most of us have to do that, we'll create a lot of working families, and which is not good for society?
Well, I tell you what, I'm not in the business of making babies, so I cannot.
You already made 4 though.
Yeah, but it was with one woman. So and I stayed with her. I stayed with the mother of my children until my kids was teenagers. And it was the best thing because being in a relationship and you unhappy because you like to have multiple women. And so once I got out of that relationship, I discovered who I was as a man. And that's the reason why I'm sitting here with you because I'm being transparent, I'm being honest, and I'm being candid with you. It's
I
just
respect
who
that.
I am. I'm not a Pookie or Ray Ray. I'm a Pookie or Ray Ray in the bed, but outside of the bed, and when I go into society, I'm a professional.
He's a professional fucker. His spiritual animal is a rabbit.
Will you be okay to have like one man chick and as many as side chicks that you want? Is that something that you will consider in the future if you find a girl who allows you to do that?
I don't have a main chick. So I just have women that I sleep around with. None of them is not my main chick. I have a conversation with them. We go out to eat, we cuddle, we go to the movies, we have a great time. For example, this lady from Africa, I have been communicating with her for the last 6 months, and she knew who I was because I told her from day one, and she would never give me the cat. So yesterday night, she texted me and she said, "Would you just be my lover, Paul?" And I said, "Yes." I was waiting on that, and I was waiting on that message. So now that we have a clear understanding that I'm going to be her lover, and that's it.
Okay, meaning you just have to clap chicks. That's it.
Yeah,
Nothing more.
I'm going to clap the cheeks. I'm going to satisfy her. She's going to get pleasure, and we both go our way because we are adults.
So during the time that you were living with the mother of your kids, so you were cheating the whole time?
The whole time, man. That was a time, man. I would, because I was working second shift, and sometime I would work third shift. It all depends. And man, there was times, man, where I would take my kids to school in the morning time and go by a woman house and bust cheeks, and then go back home, take me a shower, and chill on out and have sex with the mother of my children, and then head to work. It was just those days. You know what? I don't have any regrets whatsoever because this is who I am.
Did you ever feel like remorse or feel bad about your action of cheating to the mother of your kids? Have you
No.
ever felt some type of way?
No, I
Okay.
never felt ashamed because I was very, very delighted in what I was doing. You know, I can go to my grave tonight, brother, and say that I had a good life. I had some of the most beautiful women in this world. I'm talking about all nationalities, and these women wanted me to marry them, but I could not marry them because I did not want to destroy their lives. And I told them that, you know, I told them that.
What's your body count? Ballpark. Oh, if you know the real number.
I don't know the real number, brother. I don't keep up with that. You
Ballpark.
know, for you know, I think it's important to know a woman's body count, but not a man, because see, one thing I can say with men, and men do not attach themselves to women like women attach themselves to men. So a man body count does not matter, but it matter for a woman, but not for a man, because we can release or get rid of or purge a woman out of us.
Yeah, that's true. A man's body count doesn't matter to a woman. But this is just a show. I'm just asking, do you know at least like, what would be what's your body
I
count?
would
And
I would
yeah,
say the
I can ballpark. Yeah.
ballpark probably around 1800. It wouldn't surprise me or more.
1800?
How did you get 1800 though? If you don't know exactly what the number is, how did you land it on 1800?
Yes, yes.
Lordy.
Man, I'm telling you, man. Every time when I go out of town and I do these podcast shows, speaking engagement, I'm telling you, man, women just come, women just come. You know, when I was in Palm Beach, Florida, and I got off the plane and I'm walking through the airport, I had to stop and buy some of my lady friends some items. And man, could you believe it, man? I made a purchase, talked to a young girl. She asked me what I was here for, and I told her I'm here to do this podcast show, Sign, Seal, Deliver Network. And I said, "How old are you?" She was like, "I'm 23." And I asked her, "Did she have kids?" She said, "I only have one, and he's 3 years old." So I just said, "Hey, here's my number. You want to hang out? We can." I said, "What time you get off?" She said, I get off at 8. I said, "Hey, I got to do this podcast at 10. You know, we can hook up." I did a podcast. She came over. We went out to eat, had us a good time, busted cheap, stayed over, got up. She, took me to the airport.
Have you ever like fell in love with one of those women you slept around with? Felt like, damn man, this is the one, man. Damn, I gotta keep this.
I haven't fell in love with no woman whatsoever. And a lot of people told me, you going to find that one that's going to really catch your eye. And I haven't found that one. Being on
Or you gonna find one that's gonna fucking burn you? You know the one that have no cure? Punk needs a sponsorship from fucking Magnum condoms, man. But I feel like he still won't use it.
Vivica Fox show in 2019, Face the Truth. And after that segment, I was able to sit down with a psychologist, a relationship psychologist, and talking to her just like I'm talking to you. And I was just being candid with her. And she had told me, she said to me, she said, "Paul, I
You
was
a
once
dog.
in your shoes." And it
Oh,
just blew me away. She
not
said,
smash?
she said, no, I did not smash her. She said that as a young woman, she slept around with a lot of men. And she said she finally slowed down, got the help that she needed. And she's a relationship psychologist. And she said that that psychologist had told her that she was going to find the man that's really going to change her life. And she did. She really did. And she told me it was going to happen to me. That's what she told me. It was going to happen to me. But I haven't found any woman that had that it factor. You understand? That had that charisma, that charm, that intellect. I haven't really found that woman that would be loyal to me. I like a lot of women. I like this young girl right now. You know what I'm saying? And she's gorgeous, and she's beautiful, but I really don't know too much, but I do know this, that she's a very attractive woman, and she's attracted, to me.
I mean, how can you expect to find someone to be loyal to you when you're not loyal, though? Like, that's not fair, though. I know
No.
men and women, we're not the same, but so
Mhm.
out of those 1,800 women, none of them were like, okay, this is the one. Come on, man. That must be like, I don't know. I can't believe that. You might be the problem. They're not. Maybe those women are not the problem. You are the problem. Like,
He's admitting that he can't be faithful, so that's his problem. And I feel him. I understand him. I know how it feels to be a man who want a dog around. I've been there.
that's a lot of women to go through and still can't find none of them. Like,
I already said that they are some beautiful, gorgeous women, but I am not marriage material. I'm just not, and I tell them this, and they're
I respect the fact that Unc being honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't sugarcoating or lying, and just to get into the girl's pants, he's upfront. And take it or leave it deal. You know what I mean? That's how a man's supposed to move. This is how you get one of these women, you know what I'm saying, who have a husband. If they like you and they know that, you're not looking for a relationship and you're good at sex, bro, they let you slide. Yeah, they be like, okay, this is a perfect dude because my husband ain't doing this. He does all that shit like a fucking professional. Job resume say professional side dude. I think I'm gonna just stop the video right here. We already like over 18 minutes. I might have to do a part 2 on this. Let me know. And I also gotta change the placement of my camera, man. I don't really like the lighting out here, man. I don't look good. So catch you guys next video, alright? Peace and love.